When you enter the shower and wash your hair and come out, your hair is like, yeesh. I'm about to tell you why that happened. And if you watch to the end of this video, I left a special tip there you wouldn't want to miss. So see you there. Hi there, my name is Onyinye Judge and I am a natural hair lover. There is a measurement of your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture, water, oil, anything, but that measurement is known as porosity. In my last 2 videos, I said something about your hair being made up of proteins. If you haven't watched that video, try watching the video for you to understand some terms. The protein in your hair has natural affinity with water, and that is why your hair can absorb large amounts of water. Different hair types absorb additional amounts of water, meaning your hair absorbs more water than oil. And when your hair absorbs water, it changes elasticity. And that explains why your hair gets swollen after washing. There are 3 types of hair porosity: high porosity, average porosity, and low porosity. And you're probably wondering, why do I have a different porosity from my friend? It's actually because of genetics. But know this, your hair can actually change porosity due to the influence of external factors like heat, chemical process, or even ultraviolet exposure. The different types of porosity is actually because of the structure of your cuticle. Please watch my previous video and you get more explanation about that. If your cuticle is raised, you have high porosity. If it is average, obviously you have average porosity. But if it is flattened, you have low porosity. Low porosity means that moisture can hardly enter your hair strands and even stay there. Average porosity means that moisture can actually go into your hair strands and come out, but not easily. It's not as difficult as low porosity. Meanwhile, high porosity has raised cuticles, like I said, and it is very easy for moisture to go in and go out. Remember, I said your hair can actually change porosity due to external factors like chemical processes and heat application, or even ultraviolet exposure. Each time you apply chemical on your hair, you raise the cuticle. Each time, every single time you apply chemical on your hair, no matter the chemical. It could be dye, it could be relaxer. Each time you apply it on your hair, you open up your cuticle, you raise it even more. A chemically processed hair is more hydrophilic, meaning it attracts more water than that of a hair that isn't chemically processed, aka the virgin hair. And that means our silicones, our oils, our conditioning agents wouldn't really stay on our hairs or a chemically processed hair because it doesn't really attract them. They are looking for a hydrophobic surface, meaning a surface that really doesn't attract water, and that is like the virgin hair. If you have low porosity hair, it's not so easy for moisture to go in and go out because you have a flattened cuticle, and it is not also easy for you to dye your hair, still because of the cuticle. But you have smooth strands. You actually have smooth hair strands. The issue you might face with having low porosity hair is that you are prone to having products build up on your hair. If you have an average porosity hair, your hair might be dry, but moisture can actually be managed. And it is not so difficult for you to dye your hair, but you might have smooth and rough strands. This is for people with high porosity hair. Yes, your hair might be rough, dry, dull, and even prone to tangling, but it's easier to actually color your hair. But don't forget, each hair porosity type can actually be managed. Personally, I would say really avoid heat or excessive heat on your hair. It doesn't matter if you have high porosity, low porosity, and average porosity. Like I said, it is because of genetics. It is not your fault. It's not. Only if you have a chemically processed hair or you've been applying excessive heat on your hair. And I would personally advise you to avoid excessive heating of your hair because you do not want to fry your hair. When you apply oil on your hair and you apply excessive heat on your hair, you're technically frying your hair and you complain of hair growth. This is actually why you do not have proper hair growth, because you keep using high heat on your hair, and you keep frying your hair, you keep damaging your hair. That's not good. Not just that, even sunlight. When you keep exposing your hair to sunlight, you're also prone to having a dry hair, and that's also not so good. That's not so good. If you have come this far in this video, I'm actually going to drop the little tips for you. Okay, number 1, avoid unnecessary excessive heat on your hair. Number 2, I'll actually personally advise you not to use much chemicals on your hair. Remember, each time you apply chemicals on your hair, you keep raising your cuticles, and you keep opening them till nothing can actually just stay. So you're actually damaging your hair. So I would personally advise you not to always use chemicals on your hair, such as relaxers and some other things. You with low porosity hair, you actually do not need heavy products on your hair. You need to find light oils that can actually easily penetrate through your hair, because remember, your cuticles are flat, so you do not need heavy products, because they will just pile up there and cause product buildup and lead to something else. Watch my previous video. If you have high porosity hair, you have dry and dull hair and rough hair, you need moisture, so you need products that can actually stay on your hair. You want the products to stay. You don't want them to go in and go out. You actually want your hair to retain it, so you need to look for good products for your hair. You actually need heavier products than people with low porosity hair, okay? Because your hair is dry, you have high porosity, you have open cuticles, so you need to fill in the space there. If you have average porosity hair, you do not need heavy products, you do not need light products. You need products just for your hair. If you keep watching my videos, if you keep watching this channel, if you subscribe to this channel, you'll get to know more. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, like and share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.